Well, hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas. Let me kind of sit myself down here correctly. Doing a little bit of an outdoor video today. I normally do it indoors, but today, because of a little travel, I'm outside. But anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Friday, January the 3rd of the new year. Got a couple of things I want to talk about today. The first one is the vote that just happened in the House where Speaker Johnson was reelected, if that's the right word, or reappointed, whatever the right word is. And I think that's a good move. That's a good move, and I'm happy. Let me get myself situated here a little bit better. There we go. I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move because it shows that there is unity. Even with a 2 or 3 vote majority, which is what they have now, because of all of the openings. I think there's 3 seats that need to be filled because of nominations and so on. So right now he is in. He is the speaker. He's going to be around for a couple of times, a couple more years during this particular Congress. Look, I understand some of the objections, particularly over the continuing resolution. I get that continuing resolution. I get all of that. I don't like those continuing resolutions any more than anybody else does. But it seems to me that right now we have to have a practical solution. And the practical solution is to get the speaker in and to get the GOP in the House to start legislating as soon as possible. Hopefully they can pass some legislation next week so they can send it to the Senate. The Senate is also functioning already. There's a new majority leader over there, GOP Senator John Toon. So the Congress is already in place. And it's time, I think, for that Congress to pass some legislation so that it can be debated in the Senate. Obviously, in the Senate, you're going to need 60 votes, which is a little different burden than in the House, where all you need is a majority. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the Republicans today didn't get into this long, extended battle for the speaker, as happened after McCarthy was replaced last year or the year before, whenever it was. I think it's a good thing that they have this battle behind them and that they can start governing as soon as possible. I believe quite seriously that on some topics like immigration and spending, I think they're going to find some allies in the Democrat Party, because the Democrats are seeing the same polling data that everybody else is seeing. And I think Trump has succeeded, at least on the topic of immigration and on the topic of the border, to win over public opinion. And public opinion is clearly we're doing something about the border. So if you're a Democrat and you're in a contested seat, yeah, I mean, I think you might be willing to work a lot more with the Republicans than maybe you would have 2 years ago. So I think they'll find some common ground there. I hope it's not only good politically, but it's also good for the country to do some things on immigration and on the border that are of a bipartisan nature. So I'm happy. I'm happy that the speaker is back, and I hope that he understands now the task that he has. And I think working with President Trump, I think hopefully will be a little bit different than it was the last couple of years when he had a President Biden as well as a Democrat Senate to basically stall everything that came out of the House. So congratulations to the speaker, and congratulations to the members of the GOP that gave us this particular selection. The other thing I want to talk about today, and it's the situation with Representative Cheney. I've got a post about her coming out Saturday. Representative Cheney went so far crazy with her anti-Trump position. She joined a committee, the January 6th committee, a committee that was never conducted properly. They never selected the members of that committee properly. When you've got Britt Hume, who is a pretty, I'm going to say, polite and professional guy, when Britt Hume comes out and says that giving Representative Cheney this medal of recognition is repulsive. When a guy like that comes out and says something like that, well, you've got a problem. You've got a problem. And the problem is that she should have never been given this medal. This committee, in fact, I hope this committee is completely erased. from history. And there are some things that happened in that committee too that I think some people have to be held accountable, because there were never two sides of the issue presented in that committee. There was clearly a one-sided view of things, and that's not what those committees are for. So, good luck to Representative Cheney. I hope that she enjoys her life. People like me who defended her father, who stood with her father when her father was being called a war criminal by the same people that she's now hanging around with. It hurts. It hurts to have invested so much of your support in the past for the Cheneys and then have them do this. They can disagree with Trump all they want, but I think they went way too far in their assessment of the situation and now find themselves really out of touch with a party. I mean, she herself was beaten badly in Wyoming, and I don't see much of a future, frankly, for her in Wyoming politics anytime soon. So good luck to Representative Cheney, but it's going to be tough for her to get back into anything. Well, anyway, just a quick video today. Wanted to talk about those two things. Congratulate Representative Johnson and put in a word here for, or maybe in criticism, I should say, of Representative Cheney being given that medal of freedom, of recognition. Come on, that's not wise when your name is Representative Cheney, and after what she did. People who really felt for this Trump derangement syndrome, I think they need to step back for a second, because many of them are in the media. Many of them are in the media, which is one of the reasons I think a lot of the media suffered a great deal over the last few years. But anyway, Trump derangement syndrome, had a few people losing their heads. And I think Representative Cheney is one of them. So we wish her well. We wish her well, but she didn't behave properly here in the last couple of years. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a great weekend. As I say, I'm traveling. I'm outdoors right now, but it's fun to do it outdoors. Maybe we'll do more outdoor shows as time goes by. But the problem with doing it outdoors now, with January and February coming up, is that we'll probably get a little bit chilly around here. But maybe in the spring and summer we'll do this again. Thank you for listening. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.